In conclusion, and then I'd like to open it up for questions, this is an unusual conclusion to an investment presentation, but I'm over 50 now and I'm a grandfather. I'm independent. By the way, in my investment banking days, if I'd put up this as a conclusion, I would have been fired before I'd even got off the stage. So I can speak my mind now, and this is what I passionately believe. I'm probably the biggest optimist anyone in this room has ever met about the future direction of the world. Because I believe the new reality is this: nationality, color, and gender are becoming irrelevant as we become ideologically more united and better educated. When I was at university in England in the early 80s, I used to get involved in student politics. And I used to debate the Revolutionary Communist Party and the Socialist Workers' Party. Yes, the Revolutionary Communist Party and the Socialist Workers' Party were hyper successful in British politics, university politics in the early 80s. How and has the world not changed? But then when the Berlin Wall came crumbling down, that heralded the triumph effectively of Western liberalism and the demise of communism, in essence. Go to China today. It's hard to find a real communist in China today, and that's meant to be the largest communist country in the world. So ultimately, we are now more ideologically united. We are more ideologically united today than at any time in history. We're all effectively and fundamentally on the same page. Furthermore, the digital age has provided for a greater degree of transparency and, moreover, connectivity between peoples. Geography is becoming less important. We are going to have a greater thirst for political pluralism. We will see the democratization of the world's most populous nation. May not be before the end of my lifetime, but it will happen because of technology, because of the greater transparency. Emperors today have no clothes. The dictators in Africa are now exposed through the medium of technology and the internet, through Twittersphere and other social media tools. The lessons of the Arab Spring was how a dictator in Egypt who had reigned for 32 years was brought down by young people forming in Tahrir Square, using social media tools to communicate with one another and organize. These are great events. These are wonderful moments in history. And therefore, it is my view that the decades ahead will see an era of prosperity, enlightenment, and opportunity that very, very few today are predicting. I believe in a fusion of East and West in the decades ahead. I do believe we can take the best of the West and marry it to the best of the East. I give you one example: medicine. Chinese medicine has a history going back 4,000 years. Can we not learn from one another? I'm incredibly optimistic about the years and the decades ahead. But just remember, the most significant and defining economic phenomenon of our lifetime is the rise of the Asian middle classes. That is the new reality. Thank you so much for your time today.